Hello, my name is Jerry Bukowski. I'm pastor at Kalamo Church, and today I'm talking with Brett Ramey, who is the Township Supervisor of Kalamo Township and a longtime Kalamo resident. And today we're talking about the core value of neighbors meeting neighbors and why it's so important for us to support growing our community, strengthening our community. And so I thought I'd start out with, Brett, you're the Township Supervisor. Maybe you could kind of let people know kind of what does a Township Supervisor do?
As a Township Supervisor, I basically oversee all of the happenings in the township, whether it's fire and EMS contracts, road contracts, running the cemetery, making sure the assessments are done correctly, board review, answering questions anywhere from buildings to zoning to road work. I get calls multiple times a week on a lot of different things, and if I don't know the answer, I know where to look.
All right, well that's pretty decent. And then you and I were talking the other day, and you explained to me how long you and your family had been in the township. Why don't you let folks know a little bit of your background in terms of your family background?
Okay, I grew up in Vermontville, the big town to the north.
Oh yeah.
And I've had family living in Kalamo Township since the early 1900s. And I still have family living in the township down on Kalamo Highway. But I moved out here in 1987 onto the farm where we currently live now, and it was my in-laws' farm at the time, and my wife and I got married in 1989. We purchased the farm shortly thereafter, and been there ever since, raised two children, and one has moved out and one is moving on after this year to go to college.
There you go. And I think you told me one time that your grandfather was a blacksmith here in Kalamo.
That's what I understand.
I think that's just absolutely so cool. That's just really, really interesting. Well, what kinds of vision do you have for the township? What would you like to see?
Well, I think we've got kind of a unique township. We don't have any cities. I mean, we've got Kalamo, which used to be a decent sized town, but there's really nothing there anymore. But it's pretty much all rural. I mean, we don't have our own fire department. We don't have our own police protection. We do have one cemetery we currently use and two more small ones that we take care of. But it's a unique township into the fact that there's no municipality in our borders.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what kinds of things would you like to see for the township?
Well, I think we've got a really nice township the way we are. I think that being close-knit is important. When I get a phone call from somebody, I can normally picture at least the property they're talking about, and it really is helpful to be able to put a face with a name, so I know I'm talking to somebody on the other end of the phone other than just somebody on the phone. It helps to be able to answer the question, to be a little bit more familiar with who they are,
okay,
and what they're looking for.
Okay, so that when the church sponsors our neighborhood block parties where people can get together, that kind of fits in with your vision.
It's important, I think, for people to know each other. If you live in a community like this, because sometimes you count on your neighbors out here a little more than you would count on your neighbors in other instances. When you call the fire department or you call the police when you live in the outlying township like this, they're not going to be there in 5 minutes.
Right.
You're going to have to count on your neighbors. And in villages or towns, you've got your core group of neighbors that probably within 3 or 4 houses that you're close with, that you know. Well, here, you need to be close with the people that live maybe in your section or in the 4 sections, within a mile every way of where you live, to that same sort of thing. Your neighbors are not next door out here. Your neighbors are everybody within a couple 3 miles is the way I look at it.
There you go. Well, Brett, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. And again, Kalamo Church has a core value of supporting a strong community so that people do know people. We call it neighbors meeting neighbors. So thank you very much, Brett.
Thanks for having me.
And you have a great day.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.